The story of the cross begins with this idea: pride versus humility. The source of our identity, the king of everything, laid broken on a tree for everyone to see. But first, let me back up, because that's how it was supposed to be. For there are no accidents in the land of the omnipotent. You see, that was the plan from the garden, the King of the Jews as our pardon, for he was pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. Yet in the midst of it all, refusing to let us take the fall, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Soldiers gambling for his dignity, tossing dice for his clothes, he knew, and still he chose you. You, the one who cried, "Free Barabbas!" You, who mocked him while staring at his bleeding, unhuman-like figure, still he chose you. For today, I assure you, you will be with me in paradise. Suffocating through every passing second, drowning in his own blood. Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother, because even in death, the only thing on his mind was love, for he was pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. You know, they say the worst part is having your muscles severed and shoulders separated from the socket, and to breathe you have to slide your exposed spine up the splinters of the cross for a single breath of air. Yet despite the pain, the only thing that caused him to cry out was the Father stepping back, not even turning his back on his son, just that thought of separation. My God, why have you forsaken me? And as Messiah, King of the Jews, you'd think he'd save himself from hanging on the verge of death, but that was the plan from the beginning. The Lamb was to be slain to bear our shame, his body beaten, bruised, and broken. He set into motion the most elaborate plan of redemption to get your attention, so you would know that you were chosen. And seemingly as if only for the cause of fulfillment, he whispered, "I thirst." For he was pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was upon him, and by his wounds we are healed. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. And with that, the veil was torn by the one who was born a sacrifice. And with one last breath, speaking only 3 words, he shattered the divide between him and his bride. 3 words that shook the earth and unhooked death's grip. The only 3 words from the only true God, King of kings and Lord of lords, Prince of peace. Emmanuel spoke the only 3 words that could free us from the entrapment of sin. It is finished.